In today's volatile markets with inflation, geopolitical uncertainty, and high interest rates still plaguing our economy, the chances for bad financial decisions are at an all-time high. Rick Geiler, author and financial educator.
Hey, what's up? Thanks for hanging out. We are getting ready to go live on radio. You can join us by watching on the socials, obviously. Leave your comments. You can be part of the show. We're going to go ahead and open up phone lines once we start the radio show here live in Las Vegas. We'll be coming back to you at break. Make sure you do me a solid. Leave city and state that you're watching this. And, of course, drop your comments. I'll read them throughout the show. And once again, you can be part of the program. Fighter jet is down. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about war. We're going to talk about where we're going with this war. And it seems like ground troops may be a thing after all. All right, we'll be back to you shortly. Now at 877-983-7233 or visit askrick.info.
Connecting you with the news you need when you need it.
Now with the app, I can stay at home.
I listen to this all the way home, and
I can listen on my way back to work.
That's not bad for a work day.
101.5 FM, KDON.
I'm going down the rabbit hole.
It's time to dive deeper.
It's happening again.
They want to keep us divided so we don't realize they're chipping away at our freedoms.
We really thought through the cause and effect of our choices.
Tonight, one man will hold back the tide of sinister forces that threaten this great nation.
This isn't about politics. It's about truth in a culture built on noise. Can I get an amen?
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Yes, we can. Broadcasting live from Las Vegas. Independent, unapologetic, and unfiltered. Steve Sanchez.
Thank you, Greg Eringer. Steve Sanchez with you on this Good Friday. We've got a big show for you. And I'm just going to start by saying fighter jet down. We've got an air war reality check going on. And it looks like the ground invasion could be next. Yeah, we're prepping for a ground war. And it just wasn't the fighter jet, the A-10, that went down. We're going to talk about that here in a second. Frickin' Iran just doesn't behave themselves. They just don't. They're recruiting kids. They're literally recruiting kids to fight a bunch of savages in a 19th century demonic ideology. Let's just be real. I'm sorry, I have to just be real. When you kill 32,000 of your own people, I have to be real with you. And I know my social media audience agrees with me. Those live on radio right now agree with me. But the social media big tech titans at Meta don't agree with me because you're censoring me right now because you don't like me saying that Iran killed 32,000 of their own people. That's why you're censoring me. Doesn't matter. You can't stop me. You can silence me, but you can't keep me shut up. That's the difference. So let's talk a little bit about this fighter jet that went down. And apparently, based on what I know, okay, one pilot has been rescued. They're still looking for the other pilot. That is my understanding. Producer Nate, I think that's where we're still at. So we don't know where the other pilot is. We did rescue the one of the pilots. It's a red alert is what's happening right now. So is this a major signal that Trump is preparing to launch a ground invasion near the Strait of Hormuz? I think it is. Look, I didn't say he's not going to put ground troops. We talked about this yesterday. We've talked about this for the last couple of weeks. They have been very clear saying they're not ruling it out. Now, the president addressed the nation a couple nights ago. He didn't say anything about ground troops or not. And he did say that this thing was going to wrap up in 2-3 weeks this month. That was the idea, the timeline that he gave. But he didn't say that he was not going to use ground troops in the last part of this operation. And being that Iran knocked down one of our USA-10 Warhogs, one pilot missing, we don't know if the pilot has been captured We don't know if the pilot is deceased. We just know one pilot has been rescued. The other is still missing. We pray that we find him. Now, Trump was asked, regarding this and exactly, if this was going to, de-escalate, so to speak, the negotiations. And President Trump said, no, it's this is not going to affect negotiations. He said, and I quote, "It's war." Now, some people are very angry. Now people want to impeach him again. It's always something. We got to impeach him again over Iran. But is he lying? It's war. And I don't think you stop the negotiations because Iran retaliated. Do we? And when it comes to being taken into captivity, we don't know if this is what's happened with this other pilot. What I can tell you is this. In fact, as producer Nate has just, made me aware, and I did hear about this earlier, 2 choppers have also been hit regarding Iran striking back. So is a ground war imminent? Iran is beefing up defenses. Again, they're recruiting kids as they believe that the United States, in fact, is going to have boots on the ground. So they are recruiting children. Oh, yeah, they sound just like peaceful people. Well, you can say anything you want about the United States of America, but I'm going to tell you this. We don't recruit kids. We don't go recruit 12-year-olds and put machine guns in their hands, do we? No, we do not. I'm going to open up phone lines a bit early on this Good Friday and get your opinion on the fighter jet being shot down, a couple of our choppers hit, one pilot still missing. Is he in captivity? How do we deal with this? Is this going to push us into a ground war? Is this now pushing to this ground war? And if it is, are we going to really be out of this in 2 to 3 to 4 weeks, as the president said we would? Or by putting boots on the ground, does this now extend by 5 weeks, 10 weeks, 6 months, 1 year? I mean, I'm just asking for a friend. We have to have this conversation, don't we? All right, the phone lines are open if you'd like to join us. 702-257-5396 is how you join the program. Phone lines are open if you'd like to be part of the conversation. So if you're listening on radio, you're listening on the Odyssey, iHeart, or TuneIn Media apps, you can call the show. If you're watching on the socials, you can also call live into the show. We're going to be taking your calls now in these next couple of segments. Phone lines, again, are open. 702-257-5396 is how you join us. A simple question. Are we now going to move ground troops? Is a ground invasion next? Iran believes it is. This is why they're beefing up their defenses. This is why they're recruiting kids. Any of you lefties that cannot have an issue with this, you don't see this as inherently wrong. You need to put the crack pipe down and stop toking on that crack pipe. Nobody wants war. Nobody wants to be talking about war on Good Friday. But it is a reality that is right in front of us. Now, do you blame Iran for retaliating? Of course not. Trump is right when he says it's war. Doesn't make you feel warm and fuzzy about that, does it? It doesn't make me feel warm and fuzzy. It makes me sick and appalled that, our troops are in danger, but I do understand that they are the military. And the military is going to be put in danger when they are given orders by the commander-in-chief to go exercise an operation. And that's exactly what's happening. You either agree or you don't. Where are you at tonight, now, with a plane being shot down, one pilot missing, could be captive now, could have been taken into captivity, we don't know, and a couple of choppers being hit as well? All right, attorneys on retainer. You've heard me speak about these guys for just a long time, for the last better part of a year. I've been a member for years. And then they said, Steve, you know what? You need to let your audience know how valuable this membership is. And it is valuable because if you're ever put in a position and you are in a, self-defense position, because we got anarchists, no kings rallies, and we've got people up in your grill these days, you may have to find yourself defending yourself even with a weapon because you need to protect yourself, your spouse, your kids. And if that happens, well, you could get arrested and you could be indicted, you could be prosecuted, you could be found guilty. If you don't have a good attorney and you're in a blue city or blue state, you could be in real trouble. So here's what I want you to do. I'll make it easy for you tonight. Go visit attorneysonretainer.us/Sanchez. You're going to see all the videos. You're going to see who these people are. This law firm is the only law firm in the country exclusively handling self-defense cases. They're the biggest, the best. Mark Victor is the founder. He's a constitutionalist. You'll love this guy, former Marine. And they serve every city and state in this country. But all you have to do is become a member. It's simple. And be a card-carrying member like me. So if something goes down, you got an attorney that's appointed to you 24/7, 365. Local attorney. Never pay more than $1 a day. It's $30 a month. I kid you not. It's that simple. If you go to attorneysonretainer.us/Sanchez, you're going to get $25 off the sign-up fee instantaneously. And it's $1 a day for the best peace of mind you can ever have for your family. Do it now. We've got to support, number one, those that support us on this show, but you need the peace of mind, especially in the way we're operating today in this country. It is not safe for Second Amendment, God, family, patriots. Trust me when I tell you this. All right, we got a break in front of us. But when we come back, we're going to start hitting some of our calls. Phone lines are open. 702-257-5396 is how you join us. I'm Steve Sanchez. We'll be right back.
Is a wage garnishment or a pending foreclosure threatening your livelihood? In Las Vegas, the law is on your side, but you have to act fast. At Bullwinkle Law, we provide the surgical legal strategy needed to stop collections and protect your home. Whether it's
all right, this is not a Republican and Democrat thing. Personally, I don't give two craps what political party you're in. I'm a registered independent. I happen to be a conservative. I'm a libertarian. I'm a registered independent. And there's Republicans I support, like President Trump, and you either like it or you don't, and that's okay. No hard feelings. We could still be friends. I got a lot of friends that are old school liberals, the ones that, used to be normal. They're still around out there, far and few between, but they are. So if you're watching this, you may say, Steve, you're just full of crap. Okay. But I know I'm not. I sleep well at night knowing that we've got national security issues being fixed. If you've got kids and grandkids, don't you feel the same way? For goodness sakes. I mean, it's just as simple as that. Drop your comments, ask your questions. We appreciate you hanging out with us. We always like to give you a little behind the scenes of the undisclosed bunker studios as we're live on radio. So we're going to bounce off of the socials. We'll throw some of our clips of our best moments tonight on the show. So come back to all our socials. And if you want to still listen to the radio show, it's real simple. Since you're right here on the socials, you can go up to the list to the link in my bio, theSteveSanchezShow.com. Click that. You're going to see the Listen Live player. Click that. Boom, you're live for the next couple of hours with us. You can call in on the show as well. We'd love to hear from you from all over the country, no matter where you're at. If you want to listen on the iHeartMedia app, the Odyssey app, you can do that. It's easy. Download those. Absolutely free to do it. And we would appreciate you hanging out with us. Obviously, we talked about the attorneys on retainer this evening. For all of you watching this, you haven't become a member. I'm telling you guys, crap or get off the pot, man. Not trying to be that way, but we are living in some crazy radical times. Anarchy is on the street corners today. And how many times are we reading now on a weekly basis self-defense issues? And you never know when you're going to put yourself in one. And for me, to spend $30 a month for a membership, to know that I have an attorney that's going to take care of things, that's peace of mind. It's just peace of mind. You know it and I know it. All right, we're going to bounce off. Appreciate you hanging out for a bit. Make sure you like, share, and comment.
on this platform and all the other social platforms we have. And again, if you want to be part of the radio program for the next couple of hours, you know what to do. We'll be back. Have a good Friday or a nice Good Friday and a blessed Easter. Peace.